Okay guys, hi, I'm back I finally finished all my squares for this blanket we're doing. So this is part 3, and this is what it looks like when you have all your squares sewn together, and then you have them sewn to this in your 2 rows of half double crochet. So that's the first sequence. The part that I've decided to do next is corner to corner. It's where you start in the corner and do your triangle. And it just goes into a corner, makes a triangle, and you just keep increasing and decreasing. So for instructional purposes, I'm going to show you how to do a corner to corner. I'm not going to be using the size H hook for that, but like corner to corner gets big fast, so I'm going to have to probably go like this size right here. I think this is I thought it might have been a F4, but it's not. So it might be a 3.75. It's kind of close. That's a pretty little hook. But I have trouble holding these little teeny tiny hooks. That's why I have to have a grip. So that's why I made this little dude. Put the grips on it. But for instructional purposes, I'm going to just use my go-to, the H. Okay, to make a corner to corner, we're going to be trying to do like a little tiny method. Like I said, it is pretty quick. This was a design that I did years ago, and I just never did finish the blanket. But in the end, it forms like kind of like a diamond, big giant diamond, and it's weird how it looks abstract, but it's really neat once it comes out. Okay, so we're going to chain 4. Yeah, I get over my hook. The original version is usually like chain 6 and double crochet. We're not doing it that big. So chain 4. Like I said, we're doing modified. And I'm only using H just to show you how you get started with the corner to corner. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a stripe of every color. Till I decide how many rows. I'm not for sure how many rows it's going to be. So it'll be white, then gray, then black, then blue. And you just keep going in that method. Okay. So I'm going to wrap it around to make the half double crochet. And these last 2 chains, you're going to do a half double crochet. So you're going over. It's kind of tedious to get in these little hooks. Then pull through. You got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through all 3. But we're fixing to change colors now because there's our first little square and we want it to be the white. So like I said, we're going to switch colors because we're doing a stripe in every color. So now we're going to do our gray. And what you're going to do is where the picture is going to form. You're probably going to make this big square with the stripes 4 times. Make the whole thing 4 times. A big giant square of it. And then when you sew them together, it's going to form a big pretty design. Okay, so row 2 is going to be gray. And what I'm going to do with these little tails, we're just going to carry them up. So we're going to do chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Of course, saying that, I may have to chop those off at the end. I don't know if I show or not. Okay, last 2. Skip. So you're going to do it again, yarn over. You got to do 3 loops. Half double crochet there, half double crochet there. And you end up with these 2 little feet. Like little feet. Just like. So if you join it, you're going to go put your hook in the white, pull it through, and now you've got 2 squares. Chain up. Let's see what we're going to do with the 2. We're going to just chain up 2 when we go on this side instead of the 4. When you're going to do the chain 4 when we do that at the end of every beginning of every row. Yarn over. See how I grab those little tails? Just do that. do one and do two. Okay, so that's row 2. So now we have 2 gray squares. The next color is another gray, black. So then we'll do this all again, and we're gonna have 3 black, and then we'll have 4 blues, and then we'll be back to the white again, and just keep going. Okay, so now we're adding black. Okay, we'll go through the black. So now we're, it's basically a take effect. And I'm gonna break all these little tails over. Some people just cut them. I don't want to cut them, but I don't know. I need the colors again. Let's go 1, 2, and 3. And turn. So now we're gonna go back this way. The last 2 loops again, last 2 stitches is the half double crochet. So that's 3, 1. It's always tedious getting these in here. I hope y'all can't really hear my husband's computer in the background. He's watching some kind of show. I think he's about hard of hearing, so he has to roll it kind of loud. He has one of those Alexa things. And that thing is so loud. One time I thought there was planes flying over our house. I went out and was looking. That's how loud that thing is. It's just a little tablet with a speaker on it. Okay, so now we're going to do chain up 2. Yeah, that was that one. You're getting to the middle. We're going to chain 2. And then we are going to do the half double crochet again. 1, 2, join it to the gray. And chain up 2. Yeah, it's going to look better with chaining up 2 instead of the 3. So we're going to do 2 and 2. Let's go to chaining a tent. With those 2 loops open. Now we gotta change to blue. One and 2 and 3. Well, if we don't, we'll probably do 3. How many did I change in the beginning? I think I changed 4. Let's try 3 and then do. Yeah, we're probably just gonna try 3. See, that's one good thing about blankets. You can just trial and error. Too big, you can take away. Too small, you add 2. Okay, I didn't realize I'm gonna have to carry that blue. Carry that good thing is there. Yeah, it might have been a good idea to just drop these colors because it might show on the background. When I get back up here, I'm just gonna start cutting them and just tying them off and then just add them back, I guess, because that's gonna already getting on my nerves already. So if you're gonna do the going on, just cut your colors if you have them tied really good. Okay, so that's Did I even do that? I did a whoopsie. Okay, so we already got the first one in, and then we're doing the second one in. And then we join. Get the 1 and 2. And then we're back to here. What's that again? It might not even show. Join again. Chain up 2. 2. I have to crochet the 1. Chain up 2. I mean, you could, I guess, just carry all the tails up. It might not show too much. Because in the end, it's all going to be sewn together anyway. But I just don't like all these tangles, and it's starting to get on there. Okay, so now you got your first 4 stripe colors. And then you switch back to white again. Well, if you pull them tight, kind of hardly shows, but boy, you're gonna keep repeating that. So your stacks. So see, we're now on 1, 2, 3, 4. We're on row 5, and that means you're gonna have 5 whites, then 6 grays, then 7 blacks, then 8 blues. And it's probably gonna be very good. 1, 2. So that gets it up to here. Okay, let's see. I don't know if I want to carry that on. Okay, so I'm going to pause this video, and I'm going to meet you back when I have the next rows up to the size I want to stop at, and then I will show you how to start decreasing, bringing the square into a close instead of adding more rows.